Welcome back, brothers and sisters. I am Braden. This is Langley Outdoors Academy, and thank you for stopping by. Alright guys, I am clearly still out of town. I'm out of pocket, but we have a mission on this channel. We are furthering the Second Amendment every single day, and I'm glad that you stopped by. I love that you guys hang out with me for about 8 minutes every day, but right now we got a good one we need to talk about. It's the extreme risk protection orders that kind of slid into the rules for the pistol braces that the DOJ just released last week. We're going to talk about it. I haven't seen a lot of people talking about it, and those that I have, I've seen a lot of extreme rhetoric around they're flat out coming for all of your guns because that's what this is. And I don't believe it's as immediate a threat as that. I do think it's an issue, but we're going to talk about it right now. So, as always, links are in the description box below for your review. You can check all the sources I'm providing because I'll make sure you guys are informed as well, and you can share this out in a reasonable manner. So, here's where we go. Let's check it out. So, Justice Department issues proposed rule and model legislation to reduce gun violence. Now, this is the stuff that they introduced last week about the pistol braces and extreme risk protection orders. New steps would enhance enforcement of the National Firearms Act, that's the pistol braces, and aid states in drafting extreme risk protection order laws. Now, this is really, really important. They did not say all states are mandated to do so. They said they're going to prepare drafting should a state adopt it. Now, this is just an action that is now a recommendation. That's all it is. Okay, so that's really important to say. States are not required to adopt this. That's huge. Okay. Now, here's the actual wording. The department also published model legislation and detailed commentary that will make it easier for states to craft extreme risk protection orders, or the red flag laws, authorizing courts to temporarily bar people in a crisis from accessing firearms. By allowing family members or law enforcement to intervene and petition for these orders, the warning signs turn into tragedies. Red flag laws can save lives. They are also evidence-based, blah, 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 blah. Provides a framework for more states to enact these sensible laws. Okay, this right here is the problem. The way this is worded, it states that, hey, family members can go in here and they can basically petition for this, and there's warning signs, or, law enforcement can do it. But now, that's what they stated. And this is the slippery slope, guys. This is where I'm going to be honest with you. This is where it goes downhill, and this is where the far left, kind of takes over and does something that the left does. The left takes an inch, and then takes another inch, and then 10 years later takes another inch, and that's what they do. They continually slide that window until it's so far gone that you don't even recognize it. That's what they do. I think the term is called the overshed window, but they just keep on moving the goalpost. So, for example, Florida. Do you guys know that Florida has used the red flag law 3,500 times since Parkland? Do you know if all of those were legitimate? Were they all mental health issues, or were they a spurned lover, or were they the law enforcement being overzealous? There's a lot there, but that's kind of where the ambiguity lies, and that's where it gets a little twisted. California, for example, what I'm showing you right now are the number of GVROs, or gun violence restraining orders, issued per year and increased rapidly. Recorded in 2019, 13 times greater than those recorded in 2016. So as you can see on the graph, 2016, 85, 17, 104, 18, 424, and 2009 or 19 was 1,110. That's a dramatic increase. So then you start to follow the data and you wonder, well, why is there such a dramatic increase? Let's go on to Giffords.org, because you know how I love me some Giffords.org, the ultimate gun control group in the United States, behind Shipman, by the way. What's happened with him recently? California law now also generally requires all local law enforcement agencies by January 1 of 2021 to develop, adopt, and implement written policies and standards regarding the use of GVROs, gun violence restraining orders, including protocols that encourage officers to consider obtaining GVROs in various circumstances and standards to ensure firearms are removed from GVRO respondents. Encourage officers to consider obtaining. California is wanting policies in place in every single county to encourage officers to take guns from people. Now, does that graph make sense? Let's go back and bring it up again. Now, does it show why it's exploded? Also, we've done other videos on this. There's a congressman in California who is literally adding more and more and more people to the list of qualified people who can actually request firearms taken. It started out as law enforcement and family members. Then it turned into professors and family members and law enforcement. Then it turned into anyone with a relationship. Then it turned into any medical professional. This is the slippery slope, guys, and that's why this framework that they've given for the states, while optional, I want to stress that it's optional, it's a problem because the left does this all the time. You can look anywhere you want to see that they've enacted their policies. It is never one big from 0 to 100. It is always a very slow crawl. They always get there, it just takes time. And that's what these GVROs can become, and that's the problem. The red flag law system, it didn't work in Indianapolis when it was already in place. Okay? It didn't work in Florida. It didn't work almost anywhere. There's nowhere that they can point to that say it has worked. There's no way, because it's a completely subjective example system. The GVROs are designed to slowly add people to the list of approved people to be able to take your guns away, and that is where the threat to the Second Amendment comes in. Not the fact that they want to take guns away from the mentally handicapped or the mentally deficient or the criminally insane. It's the part where all of a sudden now ex-girlfriends or ex-boyfriends are involved. Professors are involved. Nurses who overheard a conversation in the waiting room, those are involved. Encouraging officers to take guns from people based off whatever they've seen in the field. This is where the slippery slope really gets into the problem, and that is the issue that we got to look out for. And that is why I will keep you informed. And until next time, I'm Braden. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you later.